I never recommend naming a minor child as a beneficiary of any asset, whether it's a life insurance policy, retirement account, or any other type of asset, because if you pass away and that asset is payable to a minor child, that minor child cannot legally be in charge of that asset on their own. So a court would have to step in and appoint someone to be in charge of that asset until your child turns 18 years old. And what that means is that when someone other than you, it's the court who would be deciding, they're saying who's in charge of that asset while the beneficiary is still a minor. Then the child gets that asset at 18, unprotected from creditors, predators, bankruptcy, divorce, and one hot weekend in Vegas. As part of your estate plan, you can and should make that choice ahead of time, so you're not relying on what the court would choose. If you name a minor child outright as a beneficiary, you're leaving it up to chance when a court is deciding who would be in charge of that asset, and the custodian making decisions about how to invest those funds and ultimately how to spend those funds on your children. But even then, even though we don't know that piece of it, if you just leave it up to the court to decide who's in charge until they're 18, and it's a significant amount of money, let's say it's $1 million life insurance policy, then you have potentially a teenager, an 18-year-old getting all of that money handed over to them, a check written to them with no more adult oversight. So that might not be a good thing either, that an adult so young would have that much money at their disposal. They could lose that money, or they may end up using it in ways you never would have wanted. And it might affect their life choices, like whether or not to go to college, or whether to get a job, or stay at their current job. And you might want to make sure that the money is preserved for milestones in their life, like a wedding, or purchasing a home, or going to grad school, that kind of thing. It's really important that you understand why naming a minor child as a beneficiary is not the best route to go. And I would strongly recommend working with an attorney to draft your estate plan so you name beneficiaries the right way. Also, don't try to get around this problem by naming an adult to receive the assets outright to use for the child. Even if you completely trust this person, that's not the issue here. That type of planning has way too many pitfalls, too many to list in this video, to work as intended. Watch my other videos to learn more, and to discuss your particular situation, schedule a complimentary call today.